to the stage of history retold.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Soul of to be.
Don't come crying to me later.
Oh my god, she sounds like a stereotypical mother.
Soul of Zasalamel.
Found you.
Alright, so it is first to 2, 5 rounds apiece. So here we go. Now then.
Everything that lives is designed to end.
Wanna have some fun?
Alright, we got Mimosa coming in here.
To exterminate the pests.
Oh.
Battle 1. Fight.
Alright, here we go. Ah man, they are really going at each other. But it seems like Mimosa has the lead slightly, but it just turned around because Mimi decided to do a couple of good slashes. There have been no curses placed on Mimosa just yet. Ooh, the reversal edge manages to catch her sidestepping. But Mimosa sees what she's trying to do and sidesteps it herself. Oh, she's going for her entire arsenal. She's done playing around. She goes for the quick slash.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 2.
Alright, round 2. Maybe tries going on the offensive, but Mimosa comes back with the guard impact and an air combo, specifically under that fighting style, not available to anybody else. Oh, freaking parried with the critical edge.
Not dead yet.
And almost snaps her out of existence, but there has been a curse placed on top of her. Oh no, and she answers back with her own critical edge, going for the combo, using her entire arsenal. Look at all that damage. Now it's anybody's game. One mix-up is all it takes. Ooh, delayed the guard break attack. Now her dress is done for. Let's see how she answers back in the 3rd round. Ooh, that superior range coming into effect real well. Ooh, knocked her into the air but got hit so she couldn't continue the combo. She has to be careful around that edge because one wrong combo and she's sent flying off and the round is... Ooh, she turns it around by dragging her off. Nice. Mimi used the power of her scythe to hook her in and throw her off. Alright, round 4. Now Mimosa is starting to go on the defensive, not wanting to get wrung out again. Oh, but Mimi is starting to get a little excited. Ooh, the lethal hit coming in. Only active after a guard break or guard impact lands. Oh, she used the vacuum move, but no capitalization off of it. Uh-oh, looks like Mimosa's on her last legs and she's out. It's gonna be battle number 5 coming in. It's a good match. It looks like Mimi really wants Mimosa out of existence. Ooh, tried to go for the laser shot but got interrupted right out of it. Fully charged reversal edge coming in. Ooh, nice conversion. Caught her out of the sidestep and went for a hook combo right then and there. Looks like Mimosa's gonna die in this one. And she got perfected. Mimi's styling on her now.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Alright, but Mimosa has double critical edge. Can she make the comeback? She needs to win 4 rounds in a row.
I'll give you eternity.
Oh no! Extra damage because she broke the guard impact.
Not dead yet.
Oof. Ooh, time stop coming in, giving her plus frames, able to convert off of it a little bit, but not really. That was a nice grab, but I don't think it's enough to save her. Oh, but she's soul charged now. So she has extra properties on a lot of her moves, but Mimi doesn't care, and Mimi has won this battle.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
I got no more use for you.
Alright. So, that's one win for Mimi. Now, let's see who she decides to challenge next. But she seems pretty tired, so now she's gonna let her minions go on ahead and fight in her place. So, with Mimosa out of the battle, it is now
Soul of Geralt.
the soul of a magician versus a man who's out on a man with a purpose. Mercenary with a heart of gold. Let's see how this ends. Malfested Battle Mage versus Edgelord McGee.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
You wish to fight me? Bring it on!
Alright, we are underway. It's Jocelyn versus Trip. Malfested versus Human. Ooh, Trip automatically coming in with the launcher, able to capitalize off of it. Unfortunately, Trip wasn't able to get through the reverse ledge. It auto parries everything. Oh, they clash, but who wins the second bout? Oh, they both decide to get out of it. No more rock, paper, scissors from there. Ooh, the reverse ledge clashes with a regular attack. I've never seen that before. Ooh, the guard impact lands, and the break attack lands as well. Jocelyn has lost this first match.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight.
Alright.
No mercy!
Uh-oh. Looks like Jocelyn managed to catch Trip out of an attack.
Now's mine. Give it up.
A little bit of that dark energy coming into play. Ooh, sidestepped the reversal edge. Wasn't able to capitalize fully off of it. Ooh, broke the grab. Nice stuff. Trip managed to get him with the Igni sign. Now, the special thing about the Igni sign is that it's the only move that actually does chip damage in the neutral. Ooh, and Jocelyn comes in with a quick knee strike to the temple.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 3. Fight.
Alright, they're both trying to play it a little bit safe, going for a lot of the low attacks, because not a lot of people expect that. Oh, she goes for the launcher, but can she confirm off of it? Yes, she can. Goes for the critical edge and manages to bring him down to lower than 50% of his HP. Looks like this match is in Trip's hands unless Jocelyn can make a big comeback, but he doesn't have any critical edge to work with. Ooh, that was a good move going for the horizontal. He actually managed to bring it back.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Managed to catch her sidestepping. Good move.
4. Fight.
Watch this! Watch this! Take this! This ends now! Watch this! No mercy!
Oh, but can he confirm? Yes, he can.
Now's mine! Give it up!
Oh, that dark energy coming back into play again. I wonder if there's more to Jocelyn than we think. Ooh, looks like Trip is bringing it back, his revenge. Yeah, using a lot of moves that track sidestepping, so Trip can't sidestep too much. Oh, but he manages to come back with the separation. Good stuff.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Good stuff.
Battle 5. Fight.
Alright, Jocelyn's immediately going on the offensive. Trip is not defending, but she manages to sidestep the verticals. Goes for the special grab. Lots of extra damage on top of it, but at the expense of 1 meter. And Jocelyn answers back with a grab of his own. Less damage, but manages to turn it around just a little bit. The unblockable reversal edge coming in. Uh-oh, looks like the horizontal attack beats his kick attempt. Uh-oh. He came back in. This is his 3rd time using the critical edge. Ooh, 1 HP. It only takes 1 more combo. 1 hit for the both of them. Nice. Trip manages to come back with a low sweep kick.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 6. Fight.
This is a very close battle. It's 3-2 in Jocelyn's favor. She is sidestepping, trying to bait out the vertical. It looks like it happened. Going for the low, then the mid. Oh, she had super armor on that move, but luckily Jocelyn didn't attack, so he wasn't caught out by it. Ooh, now if he was soul charged, she would have gotten the lethal hit and managed to get a lot of plus frames on that. And Jocelyn comes back by going full offensive and ending it with the grab attack. Good stuff.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 7. Fight.
Alright, it is in Jocelyn's favor. Trip now has full meter. It's good for her. But can she make this comeback? It doesn't look like that's the case. Jocelyn is going all out. Turn into a bit of a staring contest there. She is using her meter to try and get those enhanced moves, trying to chip away at his HP. There goes the launcher straight into the critical edge. Tasting those flames with the blade of steel. Ooh, managed to beat out the reversal edge. It looks like she might be able to come back so long as she doesn't get hit in these last few moments. Oh, and it looks like Jocelyn manages to take it. One of Mimi's minions is now down for the count.
And bask in the glory.
And now back to the road.
And Jocelyn is immediately leaving the match, deciding to head back on the road, not wanting to waste his time on any more conflict. Alright, so does Mimi decide to send another Malfested after this man that had just slain one of her own? I await the answer. And if you do send, alright, and who do you send? The only people you have left are... You have Marka, Zero, and Leighton. Who do you send? You send Marka, alright.
Soul of Talon.
Face me.
Alright, here we go.
Soul
I
of
cannot lose.
Roll.
Mimi is sending Murder Incarnate right after this man that had just slain one of her own and decided to walk away. Let's see how this bout goes.
A single slash can cut even the frozen air in two.
Let's get this fight started.
Bring it on.
Battle 1. Fight.
Alright, looks like they found themselves in the side of a frozen mountain. Jocelyn's immediately going on the offensive, not wanting to waste any time. Oh, looks like Marka won this reversal edge bout. Now let's see if she can use that mobility to keep up the pressure. But it looks like Jocelyn is able to see through it and able to go on the offensive himself. Managed to take her to extremely low health. Oh, got the lethal hit in. That's a lot bigger of a combo route. Misses the guard break attack, but still manages to close out the match.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Alright, Marka was able to leap over the attack and counterattack with her own, but she's getting pelted now by Jocelyn's constant assault. Sidestepping the reversal edge. It's giving him a bop on the head. Alright. Life is about even. A couple of hits is all it takes. Got him with the low sweep kick. Good stuff, Marka.
Victory will not come easily.
A lot of people don't expect the lows.
Battle 3. Fight!
Ooh, manages to jump back, but he got the lethal hit. Jocelyn is going on a full-on assault. Marka is not able to keep up with it. Usually she's the one that's on the offensive, but right now it seems like she's getting pelted into the ground and got perfected on.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 4. Fight!
Oh no, looks like her boots are gone along with her coat that she was wearing earlier. Oh, managed to get him with the grab attacks. Manages to switch sides. Jocelyn is going on a full-on offensive. Marka is confused and doesn't know what to do. That is a confirmed grab because you can't guard break side grabs.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 5. Fight!
Alright, Jocelyn managed to space him out perfectly. Sidesteps the reversal edge attempt. Gets in a couple of good hits. Now he brings out the half and half power. Half darkness, half light. Able to teleport across the map now at a moment's notice. And it's able to give him a little bit of leeway, but he gets punched out of this mode. But he still goes on the offensive and manages to seal the match. Looks like Marka is going to be another one that gets left in the dirt.
Battle 6. Fight!
Jocelyn is going on full-on offensive, but Marka is starting to answer back. He's back out. He's back with the half and half, but she manages to get the counter hit with using the power of wind. We haven't seen her use it for a while now. Sidesteps the reversal edge, but he manages to recover just in time. Uh-oh, looks like he's starting to come back. The health lead is starting to disappear. She needs to be very careful. Oh, but she manages to seal it out and break his armor in the process.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Now it's still match point for Jocelyn, but Marka can still bring it back, but Jocelyn is not letting that happen, going on full-on offensive, all horizontals attack, making sure she can't sidestep. Marka's answering back with a few good hits of her own, but she's back against the wall, and it looks like Jocelyn is slaying another.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Watch this. And now back to the road.
And he decides to leave again, not wanting to waste any time waiting for any more opponents to show up. He is a man with a purpose, and he will not be stopped.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Now,
Soul of Rome.
Jocelyn has ran into a bit of a problem.
You
Sophitia.
have sealed your fate.
Ran into a bit of a problem. It was misunderstood for the culprit of a crime that happened in a town over that it turned out that his brother was at. So now it's going to be a bout that takes place in an arena in a cave, I think.
Blood,
It is
flesh, and souls
inside of a
offered
cave.
to the gods amidst deathly chants.
Let's go. So, you desire to fight?
Battle 1. Fight.
Alright, it is a family bout. They are both equally offensive, but it looks like Teostra is going on the offensive, going for the unblockable attack. Manages to break Jocelyn's tried and true grab attack. going for mix-ups we haven't seen from any other person that's fought against Jocelyn before. It looks like he's actually having a hard time. But he's answering back with an offensive of his own, unique to his own style. Breaks the grab. Good reaction time. Ooh, manages to dodge the kick that came in. Manages to space himself out really nicely. Blocks the attack. Auto parries, but he finds an opening and breaks through.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 2. Fight.
Goes for the delayed kick, catching him. Got the lethal hit. Extra damage and extra properties on some of his moves. Combo routes available to him that were not available before. He's launching an offensive on his own. Gets it with a slam attack, the low attack, and breaks his armor yet again. I can't imagine how much Jocelyn paid for a replacement coat.
Battle 3. Fight.
And he manages to confirm the critical edge, calling forth the power of lightning. Covering a bit of guard meter there. This is a fighting style that Jocelyn is not familiar with. It seems like Teostra is actually going to be able to go on the perfect, but no, he manages to catch the sidestep attempt. Goes for the offensive himself, goes for the separation stance, but Teostra answers back. It seems like the younger brother is winning this bout.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 4. Fight.
Oh, Jocelyn's move had higher priority, so it knocked the sword away. I tried to go for the grab attempt, but Teostra saw it coming. Goes for the dash attack, but does not go through. Oh, guard impact, good stuff. Using his, oh, it looks like he managed to cancel Teostra's critical edge attempt. Good stuff, and Jocelyn manages to bring it back. It's 2-2.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 5. Fight.
Looks like Teostra is launching a full-on offensive, barely taking any hits, but it's starting to change as Jocelyn is starting to get a little mad that he can't seem to land a hit. He's currently in red guard health right now. Any more hits while he's blocking and he might get guard broken. And it doesn't even matter as Teostra goes for the sweep attack.
Fight to your last breath. Battle 6. Fight.
Jocelyn is still in the red, hasn't recovered from any of that. And Teostra manages to hit confirm the critical edge, summoning forth the power of lightning yet again. With style. He stays on the ground to avoid the delayed kick. But Jocelyn answers back with a critical edge of his own, using the darker half of himself to deal the extra damage. But it's not enough to It's starting to turn into a real close match. Jocelyn is answering back, but so is Teostra. The health is just about the same. Oh, but it looks like Jocelyn used a break attack to get through the auto parry, giving him a lethal hit and one extra hit to finish the match. Good stuff. Was not confused by the camera switch there. He knew exactly where to hit. Now both of their tops are gone. Alright, it's light and darkness, all in one person. He goes into separation stance, a possible mix-up inevitable, but it doesn't seem like he's making full use of it. Alright, Teostra goes for the reversal edge. Do they clash? No, it looks like Jocelyn manages to win that bout. But I think this might be game, as Teostra again hit confirms summoning lightning. Ooh, just barely. 1 HP. Only one hit or one combo is all it takes for either one of them to win. Ooh. And that's that, it's 4-3 in Teostra's favor. That was a very close match.
Fight to your last breath. Battle 8.
Alright, Jocelyn is starting to get serious now. But Teostra is getting just as serious, delaying a lot of moves, or going for moves that he wasn't expecting. Coming in from what looked like a low attack, but was actually a high attack, and launch him into the air, summoning forth the power of lightning yet again. With style. Managing to recover a bit of guard damage that he took from earlier from blocking, but it looks like Teostra might win this bout. Oh, but he calls forth the power of light and darkness to try and change the... But it doesn't matter. Teostra comes in with the double attack to the core, knocking him out cold.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Give it your all, or don't bother showing up.
Alright, and it looks like Teostra has managed to defeat his brother. Now, what happens next is anyone's guess.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
I'm having a lot of fun with this. Alright, so it looks like Mimi has sent in Layton to go and collect the blood of Jocelyn, the one who has taken down 2 of her minions already. But, unfortunately, he was not anywhere to be found, but instead a lookalike has been found. He figured, blood for blood. If the blood's the same, it doesn't matter who he kills. So now, they find themselves back on the side of the icy mountain, having to battle in the cold, a pirate versus a noble. Let's see how this
A
goes.
single slash can cut even the frozen air in 2.
Why do you choose to fight?
So, you desire to fight?
Battle.
Seems like Teostra is getting a head up in the battle by not answering Layton's question. So it seems like Teostra is going on the offensive, not having to waste any time with this Malfested. Immediately bringing him down into the yellow, putting him against the edge. One wrong move and this spells disaster for him. Oh, but Layton answers back with swordplay that Teostra has never seen before, but he still manages to clutch out the round.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 2. Fight.
They both get into a defensive stance, not sure what each other are going to be doing. But it seems like Teostra already has a couple of moves up his sleeves trying to confuse Layton. But Layton is just watching. Gets hit by the grab attack and flipped over. Unbelievable. Now, will a perfect happen again? And it does. It seems to run in the family that at least one match ends in a perfect.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 3. Fight.
Take this! You're no match!
Alright, Teostra's immediately going on the offensive, charging in and getting a good impale. And goes for another one. For the hard knockdown. Ooh, manages to catch him out with the reversal edge. They clash, going both for verticals, but he wins this bout this time. Immediately getting the lethal hit, extra combo potential. Look at that damage, bringing him down from 1/10 down to almost a third of his HP. He has 2 soul gauges ready, but he gets hit by the unblockable. Teostra going on the offensive, bringing him down almost to death, still in the blue himself. And the unblockable shield bash manages to clutch out the round. It's 3 straight for Teostra.
Will not come easily. It must be seized.
Seems like that noble training beats out Life on the Seas. Ooh, manages to break the grab attempt, not falling for it this time. Teostra not prepared for the super quick strike of Layton, coming in with samurai skills not known on this side of the world. Manages to catch him out with it. Just waiting patiently. Manages to get him with the grab attack. Getting a hard knockdown. Immediately hitting him in the head. Trying to stun him. Uh-oh. Looks like Teostra manages to hit confirm the critical edge. Summoning forth the power of lightning. Used against his brother. And finishes it with grace. Replenishing any guard damage that he might have taken from the combos that landed on him before. Ooh, tries to bait the attack that leads into the guard impact, but he uses both meter to clutch out the round, going 4 straight, summoning forth the power of lightning. with style.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Now it seems like Leighton is pissed that his code is destroyed. It's going to be a tough match to try and pull this back around. He has to win 5 rounds in a row, but doesn't seem like this likely as Teostra is going in with multiple shield bashes and sword mix-ups. He goes for the attack, immediately gets blocked. He saw that coming. Breaks the grab attack. Teostra saw that coming as well. Goes for the low attack into the overhead. Sweep attack, the fence is broken. Anything can happen here. Either Leighton gets a good hit in and knocks him off the stage, or Teostra finishes off with a low sweep attack. Another Malfested has fallen from Mimi's mini army. Seems like the brothers are still holding strong. They cannot be defeated by the Malfested themselves. Now, we are only down to two possible combatants from the side of Mimi. It's either Zero, the Oni assassin, or Mimi herself, the boss of all the Malfested that ran before her. However, it seems that a rogue swordsman himself has witnessed... Where is he? Had witnessed such a battle, but did not know that the opponent was Malfested, and has such decided to fight him on the grounds. To fight him on this said battlefield. To try and bring him in, or kill him on the spot, whichever one comes first. With Leighton out cold, unable to participate in this fight, it is strictly a battle between two swordsmen.
The wait is over. Let's begin.
So, you desire to fight?
Battle 1. Fight.
Ooh, immediately goes for the low attack into a charged guard break attack. Had that landed on someone doing a guard impact or reversal edge, it would have broken him. Teostra's going for guard impacts, hoping to bait out a move, but Mitsurugi is not falling for it at all. Immediately blocks the low sweep attack, the move that's been killing a lot of Mimi's guard minions. Tries to get out of the reversal edge, but does not succeed. Teostra is now in the red guard health. Any more blocking and he might get guard broken. Ooh, gets the lethal hit off of the reversal edge, but misses the follow-up combo. Manages to actually bait out an attack with the guard impact and immediately hit confirms into the critical edge. Luckily it didn't do that much damage, but it did replenish a little bit of Teostra's guard gauge. Immediately sending him back into the red. Mitsurugi has immediately sent him off the stage with the guard break into a thrust attack.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 2. Fight.
Alright, it is now round number 2. Interesting that was only the first round. A lot of action happened here. Teostra manages to win with the the vertical attack. But Mitsurugi answers with a launcher of his own. Lots of defense going on, but Teostra readies the reversal edge. Going for the rock, paper, scissors. Actually baits out the wrong move. Gets a good kick attack in. Manages to break off a portion of the stage. Will another stage kill actually happen here? No, it doesn't seem like it. The bridge actually manages to catch him out, but Teostra manages to hit confirm the critical edge yet again. He seems to be using that thunder quite a lot. Replenishes a bit of guard gauge, so that it's less prone for him to get guard broken yet again.
Battle 3. Fight.
Ready?
Ooh, goes for the grab attack, immediately gets it. Which mix-up is it? It's a side switch. Ooh, baits the reversal edge, manages to stay behind him. It looks like he's just toying with him at this point. Ooh, immediately breaks the guard impact attack, but it doesn't... immediately sends Teostra into the red guard gauge. Good stuff by Mitsurugi, immediately making it prone for him to fall into the guard break. Teostra answers with a break attack of his own, able to send him almost to the edge and gets a good stomach stab in.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 4.
It is now battle 4. It's 2-1 in Teostra's favor. But it seems like Mitsurugi's not able to give up just yet. Immediately going into his critical edge. Answering lightning with fire, able to bring it back around just a little bit. Immediately hits both attacks and whiff punishes. Now, unfortunately, both of his soul charge gates are gone, but Teostra still has one, and he's about to get a second one, so he can also get 2 hit confirmed straight into a critical edge, or he can go into soul charge and get extra properties on his moves and able to clutch out the round, maybe, just maybe. Mitsurugi's just staring him down and does not fall for it, launches him into the air and thrusts him again.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 5. Fight.
Alright, Teostra's trying to sidestep, trying to bait any moves, goes into 2 guard impacts, actually manages to land one. Oh, but it looks like Mitsurugi answers back with a guard impact of his own, canceling out the critical edge, so there's no thunder being brought out this time. Teostra's still in the red health. Red guard health, anyway. Any super serious hits will break his guard and give extra damage onto Mitsurugi, but they clash in the rock, paper, scissors. And it seems like Mitsurugi wins this bout yet again. But can he clutch out the round? He's already at a life loss. Teostra trying to bait out more attacks with the guard impact, immediately answers back with a reversal edge. But it seems like Teostra wins this fight and clutches out the round.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Now this is both an advantageous and a disadvantageous spot for Teostra. He's currently in yellow health, blocking any more attacks will send him back into red, making him more prone to break attacks and more combo opportunities from Mitsurugi. He currently has 2 soul gauges. Ooh, immediately gets a good lethal hit in, but doesn't capitalize on it properly. Mitsurugi, measuring his options, immediately launches him into the critical edge. Answering with fire. Now, Teostra does have 2 soul meters up and ready. He could go into soul charge to get extra power, or use the critical edge to call forth the thunder yet again. Immediately back into the rock, paper, scissors with reversal edge. Mitsurugi wins this fight, but can he capitalize on it? Yes, he can with the kick straight into the slash attack.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 7. Fight.
Alright, it is currently 3-3. This is a very close match. Teostra is currently wearing down his guard health by constantly baiting out the guard impacts. He hasn't learned that this opponent is not the same as the others he's fought before. He's currently winning with the life lead, but Mitsurugi answers back, not making sure that he doesn't get the perfect, but he is getting a good amount of damage on, breaks his guard, gets that good damage in, manages to close the gap in between the health, but now Teostra's guard health is reset. He still has 2 soul charges, so unless he does something, oh, but Mitsurugi answers back with a guard gauge of his own, and manages to clutch out the round and send him off the cliff.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Alright, this is the last match. It's match point for Mitsurugi, but Teostra can still bring it back and keep it a close match. Tries to go for the unblockable, but it doesn't miss, but the shockwave manages to stun him just a bit. Mitsurugi doesn't fall for the guard impact and goes for a combo of his own. Still catching him on the ground, making sure that he stays there. Ooh, sidesteps the reversal edge, but Teostra answers with a combo of his own, sending him into yellow health, but can he? Yes, he does. He hit confirms it straight into the critical edge. Able to close this match out and bring it to straight 4-4. It's anyone's game at this point.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Final battle. Fight.
Alright, it is currently... Uh-oh.
Ready?
Must have thought he made a move there when the camera shifted, but no, it didn't. Manages to block the critical edge. Now Teostra has no meter to work with, but he doesn't need it as he keeps going on the offensive, going for as many moves as he can. Manages to space himself out so he doesn't get hit by Mitsurugi's counterattack and sends him off the stage. Teostra manages to win again, but just barely.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Fight properly.
Your conviction holds much promise.
Man, it seems like these twin brothers are just not going down without a fight. All right, Mimi, if you are still watching, who would you like to face off against either Jocelyn or Teostra?
Page of history retold.
The only combatants that are left are you and Zero. I await your answer. Alright, so it looks like Mimi is sending out her assassin when all else fails. Send this man out. But who will he fight? Will he go after the main man himself, who has managed to slay most of his compatriots, 2 out of the 3, or go after the man who has slain their latest one? You have a choice, either Jocelyn or Teostra. Alright, after Jocelyn he goes.
I cannot lose.
Alright. Jocelyn, after having recovered from his injuries and escaping the clutches of law enforcement from the town over, he manages to escape his brother and any trouble that comes afterwards, only to be assaulted by the assassin known as Zero.
A history of conflict repeats itself at this old sea keep. You will die.
Bring it on.
Battle 1. Fight.
Jocelyn not afraid of any assassination attempts or threats done by Zero, but Jocelyn immediately goes on the offensive, but Zero answers back with a sweep attack of his own, managing to keep up a solid defense. Manages to place an explosive seal on Jocelyn, but doesn't manage to hit. Goes for the mix-up, tries to go for the overhead teleport, but Jocelyn moves forward just enough to miss. For Zero to miss. Uh-oh. Guard impact immediately into the launcher sends him over the railing and off the side of the castle.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 2. Fight.
Jocelyn manages to climb back up and faces his assassin head on. Manages to sidestep the backstab. Goes on the offensive into separation stance. Goes for the break attack in hopes of breaking any guards that might be coming up. Zero playing patiently, trying to see what his opponent will do. Goes into a mix-up with his cursed blade, but doesn't bring it out. Not just yet. Goes into the guard impact, but Jocelyn manages guard impact immediately afterwards and capitalizes on it with a slash attack and a quick low. Uh-oh, manages to make advantage of his range by hitting him just outside of Zero's range, and Jocelyn manages to clutch out the round and is currently 1-1, both with 1 soul meter.
Battle 3. Fight.
Now Zero's in yellow health. If he blocks any more attacks, oh, never mind. Looks like they're back to neutral. Plays an explosive seal, but Jocelyn doesn't fall for it. Pulls out the cursed blade and does a little bit of chip damage. Manages to roll out of the way of the slash attack. Tries to go into the mix-up to try and attack him, but doesn't bring it out just yet. But keeps going into the mix-up, hoping to confuse him, and so far it's working. Seems like Jocelyn is not used to hand-to-hand combat on this scale, bringing in the kicks and less of the blade work. Zero manages to clutch out the round.
Battle 4. Fight.
Alright, they're both going on the defense. Zero's been playing the defensive game the whole time. Zero actually manages to land that explosive seal on him. Tries to go for a double kick, but doesn't work quite as well. Brings out the cursed blade to do a little bit of chip damage, but gets caught out by Jocelyn's reversal edge. Managed to clash on the first one, but Jocelyn wins this bout, able to do extra damage. Getting him with the attack grab and almost sending him straight into the yellow. No, actually sends him into the yellow, but can Zero manage to bring it back? Tries to make some space, lands the seal, but he manages to block the secondary explosion. He brings out the kicks, trying to confuse his opponent yet again. Now they're just staring each other down, but Jocelyn doesn't play these games and goes for the double neck swipe.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 5. Fight.
Alright, Jocelyn is immediately going on the offensive, making use of his range, but Zero goes into the mix-up immediately.
Ready?
Alright, Zero able to get a couple of good hits in, brings out the Curse Blade to do a little bit of chip damage on block. This is a very close match. Instead of going for the explosive seal on Jocelyn himself, he goes for the explosive seal on the ground, able to launch into the air and deal significant damage. Goes for the kicks, goes for the while rising, but it looks like Jocelyn brings out the half and half, using the darker portion of himself to do a little bit of extra damage. But that's one soul meter down so far. They're both in the yellow. Only a couple of attacks will do it to bring either one of them down. But it seems like, ooh, one hit is all it takes to bring him down. But it looks like Zero manages to clutch it out with the very tip of the reversal edge. Able to do that unblockable damage.
It must be seized.
Battle 6. Fight.
Now Zero's in yellow guard health. Blocking any more attacks will send him straight into red, just like what happened now. Any more blocking and he might get guard broken and have extra damage done onto him. It's currently 3-2. Jocelyn immediately getting hit out of the reversal edge, but it seems like Zero manages to catch him out with a reversal edge of his own. Jocelyn sees what he's trying to do, sidesteps it, and goes for a kick, and hit confirms straight into his own critical edge. Teleports using the darker side of himself. Now Zero's still in red health. Any more blocking? Oh, Zero immediately launches him with the bomb, but not able to capitalize on it. Oh, he immediately gets the guard broken, but Jocelyn doesn't take full advantage of it, but goes on the offensive nonetheless. Zero manages to bring the health down to a much more reasonable pace, trying his best to try and bring it back up, and he goes for the mix-up and use the Curse Blade to get him from above.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 7. Fight.
Alright, Battle 7. It looks like Zero's going to win this match, but can Jocelyn manage to bring it back? He's going on the offensive, playing a much more passive game. Alright, Zero's still going on the offensive. It's still a very close match. Both of them are playing as defensive as possible, blocking when they can and making use of range from their weapons. Zero trying to go for that guard health, knowing that he's blocked every other bomb attempt before, just trying to work away as guard. Alright, the assassin going in and getting multiple hits. Jocelyn still answering back, trying to keep him out as much as possible, but gets counter hit and killed by the Cursed Blade.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely. Just a scratch.
Alright, that is win. That is one win for Mimi's side, as Zero manages to take down Jocelyn.
Welcome to the history retold.
Okay, so with Zero still in the fight, Teostra learned that his brother had been slain, so now he's coming straight for the Malfested. But before we get this battle started, the narrator is going to use the restroom. Oh, well, never mind.
When souls collide, chaos erupts. You will die.
So, you desire to fight?
Battle 1. Fight.
But as I am the narrator, I have the ability to stop time. So I will use the restroom, and the narrator will be right back. Alright, color commentator is back and ready to resume the match. So far it seems like the both of them are going on the offensive, but Zero immediately goes into a roll to avoid any high attacks that may be coming his way, and goes for the kick attack, immediately doing some damage. The stage that we are fighting on is an interdimensional space only used by the Malfested and Mimi's group to travel between dimensions. Immediately goes for the air grab after launching him into the air, able to capitalize completely off of it. But Teostra has never seen martial arts skills like these before, so he's getting caught off guard by a lot of things. Ooh, but Zero gets caught out. Oh, but it looks like Zero managed to kick him out of the unblockable attack and able to steal the round.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
And finished it with style by sidestepping the reversal edge from behind. Teostra pulling out all of the stops, trying to use as much as he's learned to try and take down Zero, but Zero has mix-ups of his own, going on the defensive, trying to guard as much as he possibly can, but he can't seem to find an opening in Teostra's offense. And Teostra manages to close out the round, making it 1-1.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
It is currently the third battle. Oh, immediately goes into the launcher, into the critical edge, calling for the power of thunder even in this interdimensional space. And managed to replenish a little bit of guard health at the end of it. Now, neither one of them have hit the wall. Now, the special thing about this stage is that if you hit that wall, that blue barrier, 3 times, it'll break. Immediately into the reversal edge, but Zero catches him out on the sidestep attempt and immediately goes straight into a double curse blade mix-up into the overhead. Tries to get a bomb out, but Teostra counters attacks and manages to negate it all together. And Teostra answers with 2 kicks of his own.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 4.
It's the 4th battle. It is currently 2-1 in Teostra's favor. Zero trying to pull out as many ninja moves as he possibly can, even by jumping over him and trying to use the cursed blade to get as much chip damage as possible, able to launch him up and get a couple of good quick hits in. But Teostra answers back with a couple of good quick hits of his own, able to juggle him and bring him right back to the wall. Now has a full bar to work with, but Zero gets the critical edge, but was confused at the fact that he even got it to begin with and didn't even try to attack. But Zero is able to sidestep the reversal edge, but doesn't capitalize on it. Tries to go for the roll, but Teostra goes into soul charge, able to get extra power on all of his attacks, and immediately guard breaks him, taking off his chest piece and sending him across the map.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 5. Fight.
Alright, Zero immediately throws the projectile, able to track him through. Tries to go for the overhead double kicks, but manages to provide enough space that that Teostra couldn't counterattack in time. Goes for the Curse Blade mix-up, does a little bit of chip damage, getting that extra damage in. Finally manages to get the explosive seal to go off properly. But Teostra answers back with a couple of swift kicks of his own, and a cheap shot below the belt. But Teostra gets caught out, but manages to stop the unblockable from hitting him and possibly spelling disaster. But Zero manages to come in and seal the deal, making it a lot closer of a match. It is currently 3-2 in Teostra's favor, but it's still a close match in anyone's game. Zero let go of the reversal edge too soon, immediately throws the projectile, but even on whiff, he is still able to follow up and go into a mix-up, but Teostra saw him and knocked him out of it. Zero answering with kicks, the same thing that managed to bring down Teostra's brother, manages to get the explosive seal, goes for the double blade, both regular and cursed. Teostra's playing the offense, but Zero's answering with moves of his own. Teostra answers back with a couple of moves of his own, but Zero clutches it out with a couple of swift kicks to the back. It is now 3-3. Much more even fight this time. Now Zero has 2 soul gauges, able to go on the soul charge or use 2 critical edges. Teostra is just barely able to he's about halfway towards the second one. But Zero is not giving him the chance, hitting him against the wall, trying to get as much combo damage as possible. Trying to go into the Curse Blade mix-up, but Teostra answers back before that could even happen, trying to make use of the range by hitting him with just the tip of the sword. Now, unfortunately for Zero, you cannot kill with chip damage in this game, but he does answer back, trying to hit him with the critical edge, but it doesn't work as Zero sees it coming and clutches it out with a double slash.
Fight to your last breath.
It is the last match for Zero if he's actually able to win this, but Teostra can still manage to pull it back by going on full offense like he is and providing mix-ups of his own. But it seems like Zero's comeback potential is almost all but gone as the health differential is too much. Teostra managed to launch him into the air and side switch with him, getting a good hit off of the ground. Manages to launch him again and hit him from straight into the critical edge. It might have been overkill, but he might be angry because he's actually killing the person that killed his brother. And it looks like the hood has fallen off of Zero, so now you actually get to see what he looks like behind the mask and under the hood. He seems to look like a regular person, but a person who's seen some stuff nonetheless. Teostra does not care though. Immediately going to the reversal edge, parrying those two moves, sidestepping the attempt to attack by Zero. And Teostra answers back with a sidestep kick of his own. Zero goes into the mix-up with the Cursed Blade, able to do a little bit of chip damage. Tries to go for it again, but Teostra answers back with a critical edge of his own. Now luckily he is very close to getting a third soul meter, so he could answer with a critical edge of his own. This is match point for either one of them. And it seems like Teostra wins. He manages to get his revenge, but he's not over with yet. He's coming straight for the ringleader herself.
Show respect for the fallen who fought.
Their conviction holds much promise.
Welcome to the stage of history.
A brother's rage is very powerful. But it seems like Jocelyn, not Jocelyn, seems like Teostra is ready to take on the head honcho herself.
Soul of Zasalamel.
Found you.
Now let's see how this ends. They find themselves in a midnight forest, the best possible stage.
The cacophony of battle cuts through the deathly silence in an invitation to madness.
I can see the fear in your eyes.
Need to exterminate the pests.
Battle 1.
Alright, this is the head honcho Mimi versus Teostra, the killer of a few of her compatriots. It seems like they're both going on full offense, but Mimi has never seen skills like these before, and Teostra is able to answer back with the angel step in the kick, able to wall bounce, but not able to capitalize completely off of it. Mimi able to pull out moves of her own, using the scythe to her advantage, but it's not enough, as Teostra manages to wall bounce her again, and booty bumps her across the map.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 2. Fight.
Now, unfortunately, it took away a lot of her accessories on her arms. She tries to go for the break attack. It doesn't work the first time, but works the second time, but not able to capitalize off of the reset that it provides for you. Tries to go for the angel step to sidestep any moves. Immediately gets an attack, but not able to follow up. Mimi able to pull out the athletics. Oh, tries to go for the charged up curse, trying to stop time on him. They both have soul charge, so either one of them can immediately use critical edge and get the leg up on him, but Mimi has the advantage.
I'll give you eternity.
Unfortunately uses it at the wrong time as he manages to sidestep it, but clutches out the match nonetheless.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 3. Fight.
Is the third battle. Teostra now has one full meter, so he is able to go into soul charge or hit confirm straight into a critical edge. Mimi is flustered at the fact that her move did not hit last round. So she is trying to take it a little bit more slowly as she's trying to figure out what's going on. They both stare at each other, unsure of what to do next, but Teostra manages the lethal hit but misses the follow-up. And now Mimi has to fight barefoot in this forest. Teostra now has 2 full meter, able to critical edge twice in the next match, or use it to whiff punish, but Mimi manages to block it, but she sidesteps the counterattack and counterattacks with his own launcher.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 4.
Oh, now it looks like the real source of her power, the thing that was holding her back, the hat and the arcane focus are now gone. Now she has to rely on her own innate skill, manages to get one of the curses off of what limited power she has. Still has the scythe to help her out. Manages to put curse number 2 on, hits it with a break attack, able to keep him away from, keep him out of sidestepping, but wastes the curse on a knockdown opponent. Now all the curses have been reset, but both of them now have soul meter. She immediately manages to get a curse on, so now time stop is immediately available to her. She manages to get the move to connect. In any way, shape, or form, immediately hits with the break attack from such a range that Teostra couldn't counterattack. Hits him with the low attack and knocks him down for just a bit, but Teostra answers back with a double hit of his own. Tries to go for a vertical, but Mimi saw it coming. Ooh, tries to go for the low into the mid, but it doesn't work. But Mimi manages to get another curse on him. That's curse number 2. That's extra frames that she's able to work with, and she's able to get the time stop off and go into another combo. But it doesn't look like she needs it. Oh, but she tries to use her critical edge to try and end it with style, but it doesn't work, and Teostra manages to punish it. But she manages to get 3 curses on Teostra. Now, whether or not they continue on to the next stage is anyone's guess. On to the next round. And they do not. Everything is reset back to the beginning. Teostra now has 2 full meter, able to critical edge twice if he manages to get the correct confirmed, or soul charge once. He has a lot of options, but he chooses the critical edge in this moment, trying to bring her health down as much as possible. It's currently 3-2 in Mimi's favor, but it might be 3-3, making this an even game. Mimi now has almost 1 full meter, but Teostra doesn't give her the chance to recover, immediately going into the grab attack and finishes it with a perfect, keeping the family tradition alive by having at least 1 match be a perfect.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 7. Fight.
It is now 3-3. It's a very close match. Mimi currently has no curses, but she learned from Zero and managed to hit him out of the unblockable attack, which would have done massive damage. Manages to block the attack, goes into a combo of her own to try and beat out Teostra's follow-ups. They both sidestep, hoping to avoid any attacks that might be coming their way, but Teostra gets the first attack. Currently, Mimi has a life lead, sending Teostra right into the yellow. They both have 1 full meter. Now, why Teostra did not immediately go into critical edge is anyone's guess, as he's done that plenty of times before, but he keeps going for the low kicks as Mimi is not defending against it. But she answers back with a couple of side slashes of her own and manages to clash it out with a hook attack straight at the knees.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Ooh, and managed to take away one of Teostra's soul charge, managed to hit him out of the critical edge that would have been coming her way. Wow, seems like Teostra's trying to answer back, trying to gain as much of an advantage as she can, trying to keep Mimi from taking him out of the game. Immediately has 2 soul gauges. He can hit confirm them straight into a critical edge like he's about to do right now and possibly end the match. Calling forth the power of thunder and finishing the match with style.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
This is game point for either one. It's a very close match. You have noble prowess versus the power of dark magic. Who will prevail in this bout? So far, it seems like Teostra is going to win this fight, as he manages to bring her health down to lower than 50% and still continue to be offensive, not giving her a chance to breathe. He might be able to get revenge on the fact that his brother was killed and manages to do it and take down the whole organization seemingly by himself.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You're a disappointment.
And Teostra, already smack-talking his downed opponent, obviously in a fit of rage, saying that it was a real disappointment that he had to do this in the first place. But it's not all over yet, as we still have 1 combatant left from Mimi's shadow. You would think that the imposter is gone, but no. Doppelgangers are never truly
Welcome
gone.
to the stage of history retold.
From the ashes of Mimi's death comes Mimosa.
Crying to me later.
Soul of
sealed your
Sophitia.
fate.
Now let's see if the doppelganger of Mimi can actually get vengeance for her fallen original.
The cacophony of battle cuts through the deathly silence in an invitation to madness.
Wanna have some fun?
So, you desire to fight?
Now let's see how this goes. Now Mimosa fights with an otherworldly fighting style, but Teostra does not seem fazed by this and goes on the offensive with a style that he knows is tried and true. But Mimosa is not able to get a good offensive going. Tries to go for the kick attack, but knows the reversal edge is coming and goes for a combo of her own. Immediately goes into the most anime thing in the game and answers with a vertical combo using a spear and sword all at the same time. Goes into a kick, sits down on a bench, guards against the combo that would have came her way, immediately follows up with a dash attack into a spear into an aerial combo and hits him out of the roll to try and avoid any attacks that might have come his way.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 2. Fight.
Alright, Mimosa immediately goes on the offensive, trying to use her range to her advantage, but Teostra manages to parry all attempts to try and get him. But it seems like Mimosa isn't fazed by any attempts that Teostra was going to make to try and get the jump on her. And now Mimosa is going into her dash mix-up, trying to decide on whether or not she wants to go for a vertical, a melee, or a vertical. But the decision was already made as Teostra managed to close the gap little by little, immediately going into the launcher and hit confirming straight into the critical edge. Alright, sending Mimosa's health into the yellow and immediately goes into a launcher into another critical edge. He is making sure that she stays down this time by using all of the resources that he has.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 3. Fight.
Alright, now it looks like the dress has come off. Oh, Teostra manages to answer with a guard impact into a follow-up. But Mimosa misses the reversal edge, immediately sent into the yellow guard health. It manages to hit him into a wall splat. But Teostra manages to get the lethal hit and send her skyrocketing into the air, able to get a couple of follow-ups. Ooh, goes into the unblockable shield bash. Hit confirmed straight into the critical edge. But will this kill? The combo scaling is pretty high at this point, so we don't know. It does not kill, but it's going to be a hell of a time for Mimosa to try and make a comeback at this point. But she manages to use a critical edge of her own from the air. She's the only character in the game that can actually do that. Manages to pull spears from out of the ground, but was it in vain? She goes into the dash mix-up immediately into the air, knowing that she doesn't have a good anti-air, but on the ground he manages to seal it.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Alright, it's currently 2-1 with disadvantage on Mimosa's side. She is currently in yellow guard health. Any more blocking and she'll be sent into red and possibly into a guard break situation where Teostra could capitalize on it. So far, it seems to be anybody's game. But Teostra is going on the offensive, making sure that she cannot follow up with any other attacks. Tries to go for the grab attack, but Mimosa manages to block it. Immediately goes to the reversal edge and parries any and all attempts. Tries to sidestep, but it was a horizontal and managed to catch her out. He goes for a reversal edge of his own. Tries to sidestep again, and it actually succeeds. Mimosa immediately goes into the critical edge to capitalize on it, trying to get as much damage as she possibly can. But the combo scaling was extremely high following the reversal edge, so it wasn't as much damage as she had hoped. Now, seems like they're both at the same life deficit. Ooh, immediately goes into soul charge, trying to get extra properties on some of her attacks. Now, with Mimosa's soul charge.
Fight to your last breath.
Now with Mimosa's soul charge, some of her moves actually get projectile properties, so she can actually attack from much farther than you would think. She's immediately sent into red guard health. Any more attacks and she might get guard broken. But Mimosa answers back with a mix-up of her own, immediately going into the punching barrage. Ooh, oh no, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Manages to get guard broken, so the guard health is reset back to full. But it seems like Teostra was not able to follow up on it properly, and Mimosa tried to go for a critical edge, but immediately got punched out of it. Wasn't able to use it and seal the deal, but Teostra's answering back with an unblockable shield bash and immediately clutches out the round.
Victory will not come easily.
Alright, it is currently 4-1 in Teostra's favor. Mimosa has a hell of a way to climb back, but Teostra's not giving her the chance by going on full-on offensive. Mimosa tries to get those analysis points by going for the charge attack, but none of those hits missed. None of those hits got him, but it seems like the critical edge does, making the life deficit that much shorter. Now, can she actually bring it back? It doesn't seem like that's the case. Mimosa immediately sent into self-destruct mode. If she manages to hit him with one particular move, she might be able to clutch out the round, but do a massive amount of damage to herself. But it doesn't seem like she's trying to do that. She's trying to use her mix-ups to the best of her potential, sidestepping the reversal edge, using the range to the best of her ability, but Teostra does not care and comes in for the shin kick and able to take her down. It seems like the twin brothers have actually managed to take down the entire organization as well as the doppelganger.
Your conviction holds much promise.
And that is where we're gonna call it here, folks. It was a hell of a storyline that we followed through all of these matches. Many people died, including one of our heroes, but the twin brother managed to get revenge and take down the entire organization that killed him in the first place. My name is Jason the Ender Wolf, your resident competitive casual, closing out on this match. Good night, everybody. Oh boy. That actually hurts my throat. Ugh. That was a lot of commentating. I've never commentated a day in my life. You know what? I think this would be a really cool series to do. Get a bunch of people's created characters and create storylines for each of them and have them fight it out, and then I'd be like the narrator for it. Oh, that would be actually be super cool. Make a YouTube series out of this? Oh my god. That might actually be the coolest thing ever. Oof. Man, my throat hurts from all that commentating. I'm sitting here staring at the screen and freaking I'm just commentating, trying to use the most amount of knowledge that I can on this game, because I know next to freaking I know a little bit, and I know that you don't play fighting games, so I had to like break it down a little bit. But that was awesome. That was fun. What did you think of it? Best 3 out of 3? Okay. Whew. Oh boy. Well, alright, cool. I just have to practice it, learn more about the game, and actually freaking... So, if there was people who actually know the game like the back of their hand, I could at least talk to them on an equal level. But this was fun. This was a good test run. And funny thing is, it was a full 10 matches. Whew. But alright, I do think I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna hop off of this game and stop talking, because my throat actually hurts. I'll just start texting you, Mimi.